Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we've got something really exciting for you. The final battle in Baldur's Gate 3 can look overwhelming. We've got timers, mind flayers, collapsing platforms, and a whole multitude of enemies. But once you understand the basic mechanics, the Netherbrain is one of the most controllable fights in the game. In this guide, I'll break down the best strategy, positioning, and how you can avoid some of the mistakes I've made in the past early so that you can end Baldur's Gate 3 on your own terms.
There it is, the crown of Karsus, the site of power, the site of domination.
The Netherstones might prove more effective if we use them now.
So initially, I want to stress that the winning condition for this fight is not to eliminate everything. And in fact, if you try to do that, you're going to realize that many of the enemies here are just serving as a distraction. The winning condition for this first phase is to use your Alithid character to initiate Karsus's compulsion to begin dominating the brain. It's going to create a portal that will allow you to enter the final stage of the fight.
Your feelings.
And the longer you delay this, the more chance there is that something can go wrong. So in our playthrough, we decided to turn against the Emperor, so we will be facing him as an enemy. But I'll draw your attention to these structures on the side, these elevated walkways. We've got 4 mind flayers, 4 dream visitors, the Emperor character, and a red dragon. Now you may be tempted to approach directly by going through the middle, but that is only going to create a lot of these tentacle creatures that are really going to clog up the battlefield. First thing you want to do is spread out your party to try to avoid some of those AoE mind blasts. You've got to be cautious. Players can very easily be knocked off the edge. Recommend using Haste, Long Strider, Misty Step, Dimension Door, Fly, anything that's going to allow you to move very quickly. You're going to want half your party to approach from the right and the other half to approach from the left. Initially, you're going to want to take out the Mind Flayers first, since they can do the most damage. After the 4 Mind Flayers in the back, recommend going after the Emperor. I also highly recommend calling for some reinforcement if you've got the Harbors or anyone to draw some aggro at the back so that you can quickly ascend the sides. I should also mention that summoned creatures are a huge asset in this fight. Highly recommend elementals. And a little bit of info on the party we've selected. We have Shadowheart as our cleric to provide some healing and support. Our Tav is a paladin character. We've got Karlak to tank and offer a bit of melee support. We also have Gale as our spellcaster. Really recommend having Globe of Invulnerability and some ranged options. They're going to be a lifesaver. I highly recommend maxing out your character's level and going into the fight as a level 12. So in these first few rounds, the most important thing I would like to stress is that you need to continue moving forward. So every turn, ensure that your players are advancing toward the crown so that when Orpheus or your Mind Flayer is able to cast, that they will be well defended. Alright, so now that we've got some good momentum, I'm going to let the rest of this battle progress. Feel free to jump ahead to the next chapter where we cast Karsus's compulsion on the crown, where we will discuss some of the things to keep in mind so that that section of the battle goes well.
Breathe deep and move.
Ex textura! Hand me your sword!
Transform.
Pawn to cleric 4.
Smell blood. Soldier.
please, Mistra.
Torment!
Impero Divi. Inveniam Vivi. Impero Divi. Et alibi. Transform.
By will or by force, you will join us.
Get to the crowd and cast a spell. We'll see off the enemies.
Let's go with fire, baby. Got it. Incoming.
Nothing important is ever easy. These boots have seen everything.
All right, so we have our Mind Flayer in place. We've got support units on both sides. We've just got the Emperor left and the Dragon. You want to begin casting. Now, I believe this runs for 2 turns and it can be interrupted. I definitely recommend, if you have it available, casting a Globe of Invulnerability. It's really going to ensure that nothing interrupts.
Stay the course. We can do this as long as the spell is complete.
If you've made it this far, you are very close. Now, for whatever reason, our Globe of Invulnerability did not take, but thankfully we didn't need it. It's just highly recommended. So I believe you've got to go through 2 complete turns in order to get the portal opened. You also see we've got about 2 turns until the Nautiloid shows up and starts launching projectiles. Now, as soon as the portal's open, you want to get your 4 party characters through as quickly as possible. And it is highly recommended that every character has some ranged option, because it's not always going to be possible to get close enough to do melee attacks. You've just got to do the maximum amount of damage every turn. Things like magic missile, projectiles, that type of thing are going to be assets. Alright, so since you can't take your summoned creatures and allies into the next phase of the fight, go all out. Use them to the extent that you're able, just to ensure that we get through this next phase.
I forever pass. Jimmy on the go.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Don't be too concerned about saving all of your spell slots for the next round. This is the final phase of the most challenging part of the battle, so use what you need to. And here we go. We're at the last phase of the battle.
Even bound, its will is stronger than anything you've ever felt. chains shake, threatening to break at any moment.
It's vulnerable, but not defeated. Use the portal. We will bring it down together.
Absolute freedom!
Its will is weakening. The brain is almost defeated.
Alright, so ranged attacks are the name of the game. You're going to see the platforms surrounding the brain will be marked for destruction. Just ensure that your character is not standing on one of those red glowing platforms. There are certain attacks that can cause an instant death status if your character doesn't roll successfully. Just ensure that you keep your characters moving and hit the brain with as many powerful ranged attacks as you can. If you've got a melee character like Karlach or Lae'zel, certainly try to get them close to do some more damage. But just maximize the amount of damage per turn. That's why with Gale, we've saved that Magic Missile 5, guaranteed to hit, and does a significant amount of damage each turn.
My will is in us. Yield. Surrender.
So it is also important to note we have 5 turns to destroy the brain before it breaks free of its chains. From personal experience, every time I've done this battle, the time limit hasn't been an issue. The biggest challenge is keeping an environmental awareness for the collapsing platforms. That's going to be your biggest challenge.
Need to act fast. On my way.
Now this is my happy place.
Its will is weakening. The Netherbrain's ours.
Alright, so this is exactly what I'm talking about. Gale is in a vulnerable position and we'll need to move him as soon as we are able. Otherwise, there is a chance he could be lost. I'm just looking, since Karlach is so far away, to see if there are any items we could throw. You can also just focus on shooting an arrow. Just ensure that every character does some damage every turn.
This is it. Its will is weakening.
Okay, we've got the entire party through, barring any critical errors. We are about to conclude Baldur's Gate 3. Just keep an eye on those platforms and hope for the best with those saving throws. Continue to maximize the damage per turn. Keep the characters moving. And you will have defeated the Netherbrain.
Down the hatch.
despite everything.
And as I had mentioned, we have lost Gale to a fatal blow. But we are at the home stretch. If you enjoy Baldur's Gate, we do have a full playthrough on our other channel. Let us know if there are any other battles you'd like us to go through. What are your favorite battles in Baldur's Gate? And while you're here, feel free to check out these other videos. And with this, you have become the hero of Baldur's Gate. Thanks so much for checking out the video, and enjoy this amazing game. Thanks so much. We'll catch you in the next one.